Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to The Real English with Sophie, the podcast where we don't just study English, we live it. I'm Sophie, your host and your friend. Whether you're folding laundry, riding a bus, or enjoying your evening walk, I'm so glad you're here. Today's episode is like a deep breath of fresh air. It's a peaceful little story about a day off, a delicious lunch, and a conversation with my best friend Maya. And along the way, you'll hear natural English phrases, useful tips, and real dialogue that you can use in your everyday life. So if you've ever felt a little nervous about ordering food in English, or just want to listen to something calm, cozy, and helpful, this episode is for you. Take a sip of something warm, settle in, and let's begin.
It was one of those rare Saturday mornings where everything felt still. No buzzing alarm, no early meetings, just soft sunlight filtering through my curtains and the quiet hum of the city waking up outside. I stretched, rolled over, and let myself enjoy the calm for a few more minutes. These quiet mornings are my favorite. They feel like a deep breath before the day truly begins. Eventually, I got up, pulled on my fuzzy slippers, and wandered into the kitchen. The smell of coffee always makes everything feel better, doesn't it? I brewed a cup, toasted some bread, and sliced up a ripe mango. Breakfast wasn't fancy, but it was just right. I sat by the window, watching the world outside come alive. A little girl in a red jacket zipped past on a scooter, a man walked his dog, and sunlight danced on the leaves of the tree across the street. And just as I was taking my last sip of coffee, my phone buzzed. It was Maya. "Hey you," the message said. "I'm free today. Want to grab lunch and catch up?" I smiled instantly. Maya and I had been best friends since college, and we hadn't had a proper catch-up in weeks. I typed back, "Yes, I need girl time and good food. Meet in an hour?" She sent back a heart and a fork and knife emoji. I laughed out loud. That was Maya, always straight to the point. I got dressed, light blue jeans, a soft red tee, and my favorite white sneakers. I threw my hair up into a bun, dabbed on some lip balm, and headed out the door. The sky was clear, and there was just the faintest breeze. You know those days where the weather is so perfect it almost feels like it's smiling at you? It was one of those. We met at the park near Maple Avenue, under the big oak tree where we always used to sit when we were students. She saw me first. "There she is," she shouted, "looking all peaceful and glowy." "I slept in and had coffee," I said, giving her a quick hug. "That's the magic combo." Girl, I had dry toast and a stressed-out voice note from my boss. I need therapy, and by therapy, I mean carbs. "Well, you're in luck," I said. "There's a new place a few blocks from here, Willow and Thyme. Cozy, sunny, and their lemon chicken wrap is practically famous." "You had me at lemon chicken," Maya grinned. "Lead the way." We walked slowly, just enjoying the sun on our faces and the quiet buzz of the weekend crowd. The city felt alive, but not rushed. Couples strolled hand in hand, a little boy chased pigeons, an old man sat on a bench feeding the birds like something out of a movie. When we reached the restaurant, the air was thick with the smell of garlic and rosemary. The front door was propped open and sunlight poured into the small dining room filled with wooden tables, soft music, and shelves of plants. "Good afternoon," said the host with a warm smile. "Table for two?" "Yes, please," I said. "By the window, if that's okay." "Of course," she replied, leading us to a corner spot where the light made everything feel golden. The menus were handwritten, the water came in glass bottles with floating slices of lemon and mint, and the whole vibe was peaceful, like stepping out of time. Maya opened the menu and gasped dramatically. "I want everything, like literally everything." "I know," I said, scanning the options. "I'm stuck between the creamy mushroom pasta and the veggie sandwich. Should we just order both and share?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Obviously, I said. Do we even have to ask? Our server came over, a cheerful woman named Ava. Hi there. Can I get you started with something to drink? I'll have an iced hibiscus tea, I said. And I'll take a sparkling lemonade, Maya added. Great choices, Ava smiled. Are you ready to order? We are, I said. We'll share the creamy mushroom pasta and the lemon chicken wrap, please. And could we get a side of sweet potato fries? And can I get the wrap with extra avocado? Maya added. Absolutely, Ava said, scribbling quickly. I'll put that in for you. As soon as she walked away, we both exhaled like we'd been holding it in. There's something so calming about sitting down with your best friend in a quiet place with good smells and zero deadlines. We sipped our drinks and caught up on everything. Her new art project, my latest book obsession, our shared dream of taking a trip to Portugal someday, the kind of soft, meandering conversation that only happens when there's time. No rushing, no multitasking, just presence. And then the food arrived. Ava placed the dishes on the table like she was unveiling tiny works of art. The pasta was steaming, covered in herbs and parmesan. The wrap looked fresh and full, and the sweet potato fries had that perfect golden crispness. This is what happiness looks like, Maya whispered. Don't talk, just eat, I said. We took our first bites in silence, then looked at each other with wide eyes. Oh my God, I said. I told you, Maya mumbled through a mouthful of wrap. This should be illegal. Try the pasta, I said, passing her my plate. She did, and her eyes lit up. Creamy, savory, perfect. We swapped plates and just kept eating and talking, pausing only to take photos of the food because, obviously, it had to go on Instagram. By the time Ava came back to check on us, we were full, happy, and glowing. Everything okay? She asked. Everything was perfect, I said. Seriously, compliments to whoever's in that kitchen. You ladies still have room for dessert? She asked with a grin. We looked at each other. No, Maya said. Yes, I said at the same time. We laughed. Just show us the menu, I added. She did. And there it was. Warm chocolate brownie with vanilla bean ice cream. 2 spoons, Maya said without hesitation. When it came, the brownie was soft, the ice cream was melting just a little on top, and it smelled like heaven. We didn't speak for the first few minutes, just ate in sweet, chocolate-filled silence. I needed this day, Maya said, licking the last bit of ice cream from her spoon. Me too, I replied. Like, more than I realized. We paid the check, thanked Ava again, and stepped back outside into the golden afternoon. The wind had picked up a little, rustling the trees. Somewhere nearby, someone was playing a guitar. We wandered down to the river, stopping to take pictures, sitting on a bench and watching the water. It was one of those days that didn't need to be special to feel unforgettable. Simple, slow, and full of tiny moments that stay with you. If you're someone learning English, maybe you felt nervous before, ordering food, asking for a table, or even reading a menu. I've seen so many learners freeze up thinking they have to say everything perfectly, but you really don't. You can start simple. Just say, I'll have the, or can I get the, or what do you recommend? And if you want to share with a friend, just say, let's share this, or can we split this? It's not about having the perfect sentence. It's about being understood, being real, being you.
So wherever you are today, I hope you take a little moment to breathe. Maybe message a friend. Maybe walk somewhere new. And maybe, just maybe, order something delicious and use your English to do it. Thanks for being here with me. I'll see you in the next episode. And until then, keep going. Your English is growing more than you know. Bye for now, beautiful soul.